Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, JDC family. My name is Jay. This is my Diecast Creations channel. And before we get into anything, I want to invite all of you to go and check out this video that's on my channel. I'm doing my first build off as a community for the JDC family for my girlfriend's birthday, Amanda, and it's June 21st. All the information is on the video there. It's like 5 minutes long, so go check it out if you're interested. Guys, we're rolling. We are rolling. This is the road to 600. You guys voted. It's the 1970 Toyota Celica, and I got to work on it. And I listened to the people in my family here. The JDC family spoke. There's a bunch of guys that asked me to get back to my roots and go back to what I'm good at, right? And what I started out at. So we decide to make this car into a Wasteland Bandit, Death Race style, Mad Max, post-apocalyptic war machine, right? And my thought process on this was back to basics, right? Back to basics. We're not going to go overkill. We're not going to make it into some transformer. You know, we're going to keep the body the way that it is, you know, scarred it up a little bit, but you'll see what happens coming up. So we end up drilling out the post here, and I apologize for the audio. My mic is just messing up, guys. So I'm going without a mic here, and I hope it's okay. We drill out the base, and now we're taking the car apart just to see, you know, what we have to work with, right? And I left this at live pace, right? I didn't speed this up at all, just so, you know, you guys can see how much sometimes it is a struggle. Everything doesn't just work out, right? So I couldn't get the base apart, and I was trying to pry it, and I didn't want to bend the axles, and I didn't want to break the base. So I got the front to unclip, and then instead of prying on the rear, I just decided to pull up on the front, and it gives it a little bit of tension, but enough to separate, you know? And sometimes you might run the risk of snapping the base when you do that, but it's all in the cards, right? It's all part of the process, and sometimes things don't work out. In this case, it did. And, you know, part of customizing is you got to take risks. And I had to take a risk at that point in time. Thankfully, the base came apart. So we take our little pick tool, we get the axles out of there, you just apply a little pressure to the little clips that are there, and this is the base that we have to work with, right? The base is chrome, so we need to fix that. The interior has a little bit of a grill piece, and the taillight section is there. And then on the interior glass, there's headlights that are molded into that as well. So I keep all of that in mind when I'm going about the process, right? So we throw it in the stripper. These are the 4 cars that I have on my table at the moment. There's a red line in there. That's going to be coming up on the 18th for National Red Line Day. So now we take the wire wheel to it, and we just get all the excess zinc that's left on there from the factory, and they paint over. We clean that up and get it nice and shiny. And then looking at some bits that I have, my girlfriend had won a giveaway from Gasland's TV. Luca, he sent out a shipping container full of parts. So there was this plow in there that has the skulls on it, and there was a Gatling gun, and I end up using a little spike strip thing, and also the hubcaps that we end up using, and you'll see those coming up in the near future. So now we take a file to the casting, and we start gouging into the corners, and, you know, just to give it some battle damage, right? Like, this car has been through the wastelands. It's a Gaslands car, so, you know, it's been hit with collisions and hit with guns, and, you know, I didn't put any bullet holes in it or anything. Now that I think about it, that would have been a nice little effect, but you know, it is what it is. So I had aluminum spray paint, and I spray 2 coats of that, and it's 2 times Rust-Oleum, so it's paint and primer, I believe. So I put that down, and then I had seen somebody do it. I don't remember who it was, or I would have referenced the channel. But they went from the bottom up from a distance, and they kind of speckled on the paint, right, to give it like road wear kind of effect. So I took flat black, matte black, and I did that, and I gave it that speckled look, just to break it up a bit. And then I had this 40K water slide decals that I had picked up for like $2 at the little hobby shop over here. And there's that little smiley face thing. I don't know if it represents something in that game, but you know, I decided to use it. So just to give it a little bit of a character, right? So now we look at, you know, I glue those little hubcap spike things on, and you know, I mock it up. I put it together. I'm like, man, maybe I should just leave it this way. But, you know, that would have been the easy route, and you know, I didn't want to do that. So we go in with Typhus Corrosion and Agrax Earthshade. Now, these are two paints. One is a wash, and one is a technical paint by Games Workshop. And the Typhus Corrosion is very heavy, and it's very aggressive, right? If you don't use it properly, you could totally destroy a project, and I almost did on this. If you see, the roof is so dark. I had to go in with the wash and smooth it all out, and then I went in with apple barrel, burnt umber, and chestnut, and I stippled that around the edges just to like calm it down a little bit and get it to blend. Hit it with the wash again, right? And then I put the mesh in the windshield. I decided to scrap the windshield and put the mesh on the outside. I had done this with a Demolition Derby car in a previous build, and I liked how it looked. So we do that, and then I had these little metal strips, so I gave it a little border. It's not perfect, but, you know, for the Wastelands, nothing is perfect, right? So it was just fitting, you know. And then we primed the guns black, and I went in with lead belcher and dry brushed it. And then I go in with Rise of Rust, and I dry brushed everything. Give it a nice orange tint, like it was all rusty. And you know, even the guns, I went over the guns a little bit and gave it a little bit of texture there too. So ultimately, that's in a nutshell the build, right? The painting process of it. And I didn't use any powders or anything. I did try to use colored pencils, but I guess when I put the paint on, it was too thin, so it started to scrape off. So I bailed on that, right? And then after that, I go in with chestnut and light mocha. And this is all part of the $10, 10-minute Rust and Dust video that I have. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. It should give you some value if you're interested in making these type of cars, right? So I do that, and I add the dirt effect from the front and from the bottom, like it was, you know, kicking up dust through the wasteland and the desert. And you know, you'll see how it turns out in a second. But this is the car that we started with. It is the 1970 Toyota Celica made by Hot Wheels. And honestly, guys, I really like what they did with this. The fender flares are sick. The paint looks great. It had a little bit of a chip tampo there, so I didn't feel bad about stripping this one. But I do have one that'll sit on my shelf, and, you know, I like it. And this is what we end up with. It's a Wastelander. It's a Wastelander. It's got a Gatling gun on there. It's got a skull brush shield on the front, plow, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me for losing my train of thought. And it's got spikes on the wheels, and the paint is weathered, and it just looks good. So, and this was just me showing that the wheels still turned. And if anybody that plays Gaslands gets it, just add a little bit of glue to the axles and you're good. And then, you know, basically that's it in a nutshell, guys. I do have to go back in and swap out this video because I added the barbed wire to the back window, and as I'm speaking, I'm looking at a blank hole in the back window, which really irked me when it was all said and done. So I went in and made that addition, and I think it really helped out, giving it that extra little bit of character. And you know, it is what it is. I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments. But good luck, guys. All right, guys. So we just finished the Road to 600 1970 Toyota Celica. We're almost to 700, so I gotta put another video out soon, and I'll get that going, and we'll get another one going. Thank you for everybody that's supporting the channel, and, you know, doing everything that you're doing. I can't express myself enough on that. But it's time to give this car away. So I plugged the URL in here, filter duplicates, yada, yada, yada. Road to 60 comments. So 60 people entered into this giveaway. And unfortunately, only one person gets to take this car home. So good luck, guys. BJ's Customs. BJ's Customs. Road to 605. You're doing awesome, my friend. Thank you, sir. And you're doing awesome with your new channel. And I look forward to all the builds that you come up with moving forward. You've been active in my comments, in my channel, and I appreciate that, man. It doesn't go unseen. And thank you for the support. So this thing will be on the way to you as soon as you send me an email. I'll give you 48 hours to shoot me an email at jaysdiecastcreations@gmail.com, and you will be the proud owner of a Wastelands 1970 Toyota Celica. And I hope you like it. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it. But you know what? While we're here, just in case I don't get an email within 48 hours to keep it fair, I'll pick another winner. And then, you know, everything will be fair. But congratulations to BJ's Customs. Shoot me an email, brother. I'll get this thing out to you. Our backup winner is going to be Throttle Power. So 48 hours. Both of you guys send me an email. This way, you know, the 48-hour clock runs. And if BJ doesn't get to me within 48 hours and Throttle Power does, Throttle Power will win the 1970 Toyota Celica. So that's the fairest way I can do it, guys. You know, I appreciate everybody, and I hope you like the car. I'll have another video up soon to get the road to 700 going, because I think we're at the devil's number right now, and I'm not even going to say it out loud. But, you know, we're rolling, guys. I appreciate all the support, and let me know what you think about the car down in the comment section. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.